our inference here. They were more frequent than historians thought. Our magic sentence says nothing about that, so I know it's wrong. They may have done more damage to Teotihuacan than to neighboring centers. Our magic sentence says nothing about that. They may have played a major role in the rise of Teotihuacan. That is our answer right there. Answer C is our correct answer because we see it directly in our passage. They increased the need for extensive irrigation in the Teotihuacan Valley. No, that is incorrect. That is the wrong answer. So again, because when you're doing questions, okay, when you're doing questions, the questions are directly related to, they're directly inside, you got to know your strategy when you're doing your questions. You got to know your strategy, and you have to be aware of it and conscious of your strategy. When I looked at that keyword sentence, and I saw the next sentence started with this, I automatically knew that's where the answer is. I know that's where the inference has to come from. Okay? Number 7. We're dealing with another inference question. Now, I have to tell you, before we do this question, this reading passage, I would say, is probably one of the more difficult ones, but if you have good strategy, it works for you. The reason why I say that is, we've had 2 except not least questions, and we've had 2 inference questions so far. And so those are 2 of the most challenging questions to deal with, but you can deal with them because you have your strategy together, you have your technique together. So let's look here. What can be inferred from paragraph 3 about, here's another word, Culico, prior to 200 BC? All right, we have an inference question here. So we know we have to find the answer that must be true. Keywords, prior to 200 BC. So I need to find that language in paragraph 3, and that language is going to help me in doing that. Okay, prior to 200 BC. Let's go have a look and see what that language is, and then we'll look at our answer choices. Boom, there it is. Prior to 200 BC. Prior to 200 BC, a number of relatively small centers coexisted in the near valley of Mexico. Here we go. Around this time, here we go. We have our magic words, this, around this time. What does that let me know? That lets me know what again? My answer is in this sentence. Because this is my keyword sentence prior to 200 BC. But I see my next sentence starts with around this time. So I know the answer is in this sentence. The TOEFL graders follow the same pattern every single time. It's about knowing the pattern, knowing the strategy, knowing the structure. This is what helps you to find your answers very quickly and to get through it. Okay? Around this time, the largest of these centers, Culico, was seriously affected by a volcanic eruption, with much of its agricultural land covered by lava. So a volcano happened, and then the agricultural land was covered by lava. That's what's said in this magic sentence. So I know I need to find an answer that's talking about the agriculture being affected by lava. That's all that's in this sentence. So that's going to be the answer. We know that. Okay, agricultural land covered by lava. It was a fairly small city until that date. Okay. Now I don't see that answer in our sentence that we have. Now, why a lot of students might pick that answer? A lot of students might pick answer C because they read this sentence and they see the word small centers. Okay, small centers coexisted. All right, they see the word small. And so their thinking is, well, I see the word small, and choice 8 says something about it was a small city until that date. But this says a number of small centers coexisted. So that means around it. But, you know, if you, again, don't fall for this trap, okay? Don't fall for this trap. It's playing on you to fall for exact language. So don't fall for it. Also, you have to know that when you see around this time, We see our language here that our answer is coming from this sentence. So it's not a small center or small city. Small city centers existed around it. Alright, choice B. Choice B said it was located outside the Valley of Mexico. Again, a lot of students will pick this answer because they see near the Valley of Mexico. Alright? But again, this is playing on you to look at exact language and fall for the exact language trap. Again, you have to know, we see around this time, our answer comes from this sentence, not from this sentence. We know this is wrong because it says near the Valley of Mexico. And our answer choice says outside the Valley of Mexico, so I know it's wrong. Alright? Now, I already know the answer because I know it comes from here. I'm just pointing out for you how you should not pick answers, how to avoid picking the wrong answer, and about knowing your strategy and your structures to find the right answer. Alright, choice C talked about and said it emerged rapidly as an economic and political center. That's not located in our magic sentence here. The only thing located in our sentence is volcano caused a problem with the agriculture. Our answer has to be D. Its economy relied heavily on agriculture because that's the only thing mentioned in that sentence. Okay? So our answer is going to be D. Its economy relied heavily on agriculture because we see that is in our sentence that we need to look at. Okay? Now, number 8. The word predominant in paragraph 3. Predominant. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay, the archaeological evidence clearly indicates, though, that Teotihuacan was the center that did arise as the predominant force in the area by the 1st century AD. Now, for this question here, I'm going to use the tactic of looking at the root word. Okay, so we know PRE is a prefix, so we would knock off PRE, and we're left with the word dominant. All right, dominant. And so hopefully that's a pretty basic word in terms of vocabulary, and you know dominant means the primary thing, or dominant force. That means the force that is the most powerful. Predominant. So I'm looking for an answer that's related to the word dominant. Okay. Be careful with A. A is incorrect. It says most aggressive. Most aggressive is not the same as predominant. Okay. Productive is wrong. Principle is wrong. Principle is correct. Alright, principle means the major thing, the main thing. Alright, that's predominant. Principle. You've heard maybe the principal factor. Alright, principal factor, principle this, principle that. The word principle means is related to the word predominant. Earliest is clearly wrong. But be careful with choice A, most aggressive. Okay, a lot of students will pick that choice. But aggressive does not mean dominant. Okay, it does not mean dominant. Principle does mean predominant, meaning the main thing, the most powerful thing. Principal force, predominant force. Question number 9. Question number 9 tells us, which of the following allowed Teotihuacan to have a competitive edge? Okay. This is a details question. Straightforward. They tell us what to look at, alright? So we just have to first, remember, I don't look at the answer choices right away. That's the wrong thing to do. Alright, that's not our strategy. What's our strategy for a details question? Look at the sentence and find the keywords in the sentence. Then go look at the keywords in the passage. Alright, and find our answer choice. Then go look at the answer choices and find the match. That is our strategy. Do not look at the answer choices first before you determine the answer for yourself. If you do that, you're putting wrong answers in your head, and you're going to go try and find wrong answers. Just go look at the sentence, and then look at the answer choices. Alright, so let's go take a look at it. Here we go. It seems likely that Teotihuacan's natural resources, along with the city's elite ability to recognize their potential, gave the city a competitive edge over its neighbors. It seems likely that Teotihuacan's natural resources, along with the city's elite ability to recognize their potential, gave the city a competitive edge. Alright? So when we look at our answer choices, alright, a well-exploited and readily available commodity, that is our actual answer because it uses synonym language. A well-exploited and available commodity deals with what? Natural resources. Natural resources is the same as a well-exploited and readily available commodity. Alright? Now, a lot of students make the mistake of picking some of these other answers. Look at choice B. Choice B says a well-exploited and readily available commodity. That's what choice B says. Choice B says the presence of a highly stable elite class. Apologize for that. Now, a lot of students get fooled by this. It says the presence of a highly stable elite class. So let me explain to you why that's wrong. Alright. Here we have, along with the city's elite's ability to recognize their potential. So again, don't fall for the exact language trap. Remember, on TOEFL iBT reading comprehension, you want to go with looking at synonym language. Now, the reason why this one is wrong is it falls for the trap we mentioned about having a qualifier or a quantifier. That answer choice says that the presence of a highly stable elite class. Alright? We see cities elite, but we see nothing about stable or the word stability. So that's how I know it's wrong. Stable is a qualifier. It describes something. Stable. It's an adjective, right? It's an adjective that describes. I don't see that, so I know it's wrong. Okay? Choice C is wrong because it's not mentioned. Okay? It's not mentioned. Now, later on in this paragraph, they do mention something about tool making and making tools with obsidian. And the only way you would have picked choice C as an answer choice is if you violated our rule. Remember, our rule is read the sentence that has the keyword language and don't read anything else unless our next sentence starts off with that language. This, that, those, these. It doesn't. So I know my answer has to come from this one sentence. Do not read the rest of the paragraph. Okay, on the TOEFL iBT, reading more does not help you. Reading more does not give you more information. It wastes time. The answer is in this sentence, don't read. Because if you read more, you're going to see obsidian tools, and you're more likely to pick answer choice C. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Follow the method, follow the path, follow the strategy that we teach you. Alright? Choice D is wrong because we don't see that in our answer choice also about scarce natural resources. Now, again, choice D is tricky because choice D uses the exact word natural resources. Okay? But this one is wrong also because it uses a word that is describing the resources. Scarce. Alright? Do I see scarce anywhere here? Scarce means barely have it, really not there. I don't see the word scarce with the word natural resources, so I know choice D is wrong. Don't fall for the exact language trap. Don't fall for it. Don't. Alright? Remember our traps. When you see something that describes an exact language word, an adjective that describes an exact language word like scarce or stable, those words or type of words are used to make an answer choice wrong. So watch for it and don't fall for the trap. Okay, so our next one is number 10. According to paragraph 4, what has recent research on Obsidian tools found at OMEC sites? Okay, so question number 10, that is pretty straightforward for us to handle. Question number 10 is a details question. Alright. According to paragraph 4, which is following research, what has recent research on Obsidian tools found? So here we have Obsidian tools and OMEC sites. So, strategy, keywords, Obsidian tools, OMEC sites. I'm not looking at the answer choices. I'm going to go look and find it. Obsidian tools, OMEC sites, that's my sentence. Let me read it. Moreover, recent research on Obsidian tools found at OMEC sites has shown that some of the obsidian obtained by the Olmecs originated near Teotihuacan. Period. Stop. Next sentence doesn't start with our words. I know my answer is here. I know my answer is right here. Okay? And it says some of the obsidian obtained by the Olmecs originated near sites. Some of the obsidian obtained by Olmecs originated near Teotihuacan. Alright, so that's the language I'm looking for. Obsidian's value was understood only when Teotihuacan became an important city. Alright, that's clearly wrong because it's not mentioned in our keyword sentence. Choice B says, the residents of Teotihuacan were sophisticated tool makers. This sentence mentions nothing about the residents, the people who lived there, being sophisticated, so I know that's wrong. The residents of Teotihuacan traded obsidian with Olmecs as early as 400 BC. That's clearly wrong. Again, if you read, for an answer choice, if you read the whole paragraph, there's a good chance that a student will pick this answer choice because, oh, I see 400 BC, there's 400 BC, I see 400 BC in choice C, I'm going to pick that answer. IBT answer choice picking is not like that. It is not just look at the exact word, pick the exact word, pick what you see from exact language. It's a trap. They know when students don't have good English, they pick exact language. Don't fall for it. This sentence that I've highlighted, that's our keyword sentence.